The Age of Exploration, also known as the Age of Discovery, was a period in history when European nations began to explore and map the world on a global scale. This era started in the 15th century and continued into the 17th century. It marked the beginning of global connections between continents, cultures, and economies. Before this period, most Europeans had limited knowledge about the world beyond their own region. Trade existed, but it was slow and often controlled by powerful empires. Goods like spices, silk, and gold were highly valuable, and finding new trade routes became a major goal. One of the main reasons for exploration was the desire to find a direct sea route to Asia. European countries wanted to bypass land routes controlled by other powers and gain access to valuable goods more easily. Portugal and Spain became the leading nations in this effort. Portugal focused on exploring the coast of Africa. Sailors gradually moved further south, mapping new territories and establishing trade routes. One of the most important explorers was Vasco da Gama, who successfully reached India by sailing around Africa. This opened a direct sea route between Europe and Asia. Spain took a different approach. Instead of going around Africa, they decided to sail west across the Atlantic Ocean. In 1492, Christopher Columbus set sail, believing he could reach Asia by going west. Instead, he discovered the Americas, a continent previously unknown to Europeans. This discovery changed the course of history. It led to the colonization of the Americas and the beginning of global exchange between the Old World and the New World. Goods, ideas, plants, animals, and unfortunately diseases were exchanged between continents in what is now called the Columbian Exchange. Another important explorer was Ferdinand Magellan, who led the first expedition to circumnavigate the globe. Although he did not survive the journey, his expedition proved that the Earth could be traveled around by sea. Exploration was made possible by advancements in technology. Ships became stronger and more reliable. Navigational tools such as the compass and astrolabe helped sailors determine direction and position. Maps improved, allowing explorers to travel further with more confidence. The Age of Exploration had many positive effects. It expanded knowledge of the world, connected distant cultures, and led to the growth of trade. New foods such as potatoes, tomatoes, and corn were introduced to Europe, changing diets and agriculture. However, this period also had serious negative consequences. European powers began to colonize lands in Africa, Asia, and the Americas. Indigenous populations were often exploited, enslaved, or killed. Diseases brought by Europeans devastated local populations. Competition between European nations increased as they fought for control over new territories. This led to conflicts and wars that shaped global politics for centuries. Spain and Portugal were the first to build large overseas empires, but soon other countries like England, France, and the Netherlands joined the race. Colonies were established, and resources were extracted to benefit European economies. The Age of Exploration also changed the way people viewed the world. It challenged old beliefs and encouraged curiosity and discovery. The idea that the world was vast and full of unknown possibilities inspired future generations. Over time, exploration led to globalization, like the interconnected world we live in today. Trade routes expanded, cultures mixed, and economies became linked across continents. The Age of Exploration eventually came to an end as most of the world had been mapped. However, its impact continued to shape history. It led to the rise of powerful empires, the spread of cultures, and the development of modern global systems. This period shows both the ambition and the consequences of human exploration. It highlights the desire to discover new lands and opportunities, but also reminds us of the importance of responsibility and respect for other cultures. From daring voyages across unknown oceans to the creation of global connections, the Age of Exploration remains one of the most important chapters in human history.